项目呢，他在东南亚有相当多的经验。那 Raj 呢，其实我们今天很难得也邀请到他，他其实在很多的国际论坛都有常常被邀请发言发表，他的专业是得到业界的肯定的哦。然后除此以外呢，他也非常注重这种永续的议题，因为除了在专业的部分关心永续议题以外呢，他也常常参与很多一些环境永续的一些组织的支持等等的哦，然后来帮忙保护我们的地球。那其实 Raj 呢，也是一个非常重要的一个绿色金融蓝图的一个专家哦，他的经验，他的对业界的这个使命感呢，是我非常尊敬的。所以我现在就赶快就用英文跟 Raj 做一个对谈，来了解一下。首先是身为一个印度人，他为什么来台湾？他对台湾的这个绿色金融的潜力是怎么样看待的？
Actually, I was working in Hong Kong, and I was working in a large financial institution. I thought Taiwan's a great potential to start a fund here. Along with the organization, I wanted the organization to work in Taiwan to set up a fund. After working on Taiwan fund for a while, organization said Taiwan's too small a market. Let's not spend too much resources on Taiwan. So then I thought I could do it myself. So I thought, Taiwan's got a great potential. I believed in it, and I still believe in it. So I thought, let me go there and do it myself.
So you're a big fan of Taiwan. You believe that there's a lot more potential here. So thank you for relocating to Taiwan.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for Taiwan for having me as well.
I think one of the main issues we had discussed earlier was that you think there's a huge potential in terms of our asset management industry and the green finance sector. And so would you like to talk a little bit about that? What you think is the green finance potential in Asia?
Yeah, I think first of all, let me talk about the asset management industry itself. If you look at just comparing some markets, if you look at Hong Kong or Singapore, Hong Kong today manages about $3.9 trillion US dollars. 63% of that money comes from outside Hong Kong. Singapore manages about $3.4 trillion. About more than 70% of that money comes from outside Singapore. While in Taiwan actually only manages about 0.6 trillion or 600 billion. And most money is managed from within Taiwan. There's not much money that comes from outside Taiwan to be managed in Taiwan. So I thought that is a huge potential because Taiwan's one of the more attractive markets in the region. If you look at Taiwan's credit rating, sovereign credit rating, I think Taiwan's sovereign credit rating is AA+, which is only second to Singapore in Asia. Everybody else is less than Taiwan.
So 各位，今年9月13号的时候，在立法院我有办一个绿色金融蓝图公听会，然后呢 Raj 是我们其中我邀请来的专家，他刚刚所提到的就是他觉得台湾有非常大的一个潜力，把我们的资金留在台湾来做一些绿色金融的投资跟绿色产业的转型。那同时呢，他也觉得说台湾也是一个非常好的融资市场，可以帮东南亚的国家做一些绿色相关的项目，用台币去发这些绿色债券。
Green finance is, well, it's in the last 15 years. It has grown to a significant number. As of the end of 2022, total amount of GSS, Green, Social and Sustainable Bonds, GSS bonds, total bonds issuance in the last 15 years is about 3.5 trillion US dollars. Green bonds alone is about $2 trillion. And in Taiwan, green bonds issued in Taiwan is $15 billion, which is very, very small even compared to what it is in, let's say, Japan, which is about $138 billion. In Korea, it's $108 billion. So compared to even Korea and Japan, Taiwan's green bond market is very, very small. Has a huge potential to go up significantly.
Maybe it also help our viewers understand what is green financing in the first place. 所以说绿色金融到底什么东西呢？其实它涵盖的项目非常的广泛。
Green financing is ability for the finance or the financial flow towards assets that contribute to environmental protection.
To decarbonizing
environmental protection. It could be renewable energy. It could be waste management. It could be a lot of other sectors which would reduce carbon dioxide emissions or greenhouse gas emissions into the environment.
Batteries, electric vehicles, data centers.
Data centers also, not all data centers are equal. Data centers that use green power, right? So you need to encourage or use more green power. You use or the money or the capital that goes towards increasing energy efficiency. Like, for example, you were at COP28. I think COP28 idea was triple the renewable energy capacity and double the energy efficiency initiatives. I think these two will very summarize the whole thing about green finance.
Yes. So Raj, could you tell me a bit about how green bonds can be expanded in Taiwan? What's the potential there?
Okay. I think Taiwan can do green bonds in many ways, but in a couple of things. One is green bonds typically tend to be raised by corporates or governments or government-related entities from the public, so they can be deployed into green infrastructure, green assets. So there can be two ways, right? One is Taiwanese companies can raise green bonds, and Taiwanese government can raise the green bonds, and these money raised in green bonds can be invested in Taiwanese assets. That's actually great, and it can be done. I think Taiwan's slowly doing that. It's a great thing. But what is more important about green bonds is also ability for, let's say, an emerging market which does not have as active a capital market or as liquid a market for themselves. They can come to Taiwan, raise green bonds in Taiwan to invest in their countries. I think that way we can Taiwan could be helping other emerging markets to channel capital into their green assets as well.
That's an area that I'm very interested in, because I believe that climate financing could help open up what I call track 2 dialogue. It could help build green diplomacy for Taiwan.
Absolutely.
And allow Taiwan to have more visibility in the international market through the exchange of capital. I think during COVID, Taiwan was known for Taiwan Can Help and sent a lot of masks out. 在台湾疫情的时候，有很多人在讲台湾 Can Help， 就送很多口罩出去。可是我觉得 Raj 现在所讲的是更有意思的，就是说，或是更有影响力的，可以这么说。因为其实如果台湾的绿色金融市场能开放的话，我们可以帮很多的边邻国来做一些绿色债券，从台湾台币发出去。这样的话，台湾实际上就可以真正的帮助到许多的东南亚国家，来让他们的环境更加的干净。But Raj, also, I think I would love to have you talk a little bit about Taiwan's sovereign credit rating as well, and why it would be a really great place to issue the bonds.
I think Taiwan's sovereign rating is really good. It's AA+. It could potentially help in many ways, right? One is if Taiwan raises capital, obviously it's going to be cheaper capital for Taiwan, like if Singapore or US government or anybody else was raising capital. But if other countries come here and raise capital, Taiwan's sovereign credit is not going to help them that much, because when you invest in a bond, the rating of that bond depends upon where the money is being invested and who's going to pay it back. If I think Singapore is doing it really well. They're helping Singaporean companies which are based in Singapore, access the credit rating of Singapore. I think Taiwan could do a lot of that as well. That help Taiwanese companies to go outside into Southeast Asia or anywhere else as well.
So because the Taiwanese government has a good credit rating of AA+, what you're saying is that they could help Taiwanese companies raise debt overseas.
Overseas or within Taiwan, to be invested both in Taiwan as well as outside Taiwan. These companies can grow outside Taiwan as well.
所以刚刚 Raj 所讲的就是说，我们的国家信评在亚洲其实是第2名的，新加坡是3A， 那台湾是双 A 加。这个意思就是说，当台湾的企业要在海外或国内要举债的话，其实有好的国家的信评是有很大的助力的。所以意思就是说，这是有很大的潜力来做这个绿色金融。So saying that this is a very good foundation for us to do in and outbound capital raising.
That's correct.
刚刚跟 Raj 提到，就是说在台湾，我觉得说金融素养一般的民众是不够高的，所以有这机会跟他聊绿色金融呢，其实让我想到另外的议题，就是金管会我今年推动的就是课纲里头要加一些金管会的一些课程，从理财的部分，因为今年的 FTX 的时候呢，有20万人受到伤害，那台湾的这个金融培训呢，跟一般的金融投资知识需要加强的。
The green bonds are available for everybody. The green bonds is not just for institutional; it's available for everybody to invest in. So it's a fixed income product, which is going to be better product with less risk than any other product, non-green bonds.
And that's why when we were working together in this on September 13th, one of the reasons why was that I think there's a market gap for products that have over 5% return in NT dollars for the Taiwanese market. So Raj, one final question for you is, could you tell me a little bit more about how would you advise Taiwan to accelerate this change to enter this green finance market, and how we can collaborate with the region as well?
So I think the Taiwanese government could potentially form a platform where even smaller company can use that platform to provide some data from their operations, provide data from their investment activities, so that platform could calculate their footprint themselves. So it makes it easier for people. It also makes it standardized as to what data that goes into the platform. And one platform is giving out the information about your carbon footprint. So it actually also standardizes a lot of data and data provision as well as data reporting. So that could potentially also help. Making these things happen in Taiwan could also set standards for the rest of the region so that they can come here and raise capital, use this infrastructure system to talk about their green financing. That's how Taiwan can be innovative, not just follow somebody, but set standards to go forward and be a leader. I think I'm a big believer in Taiwan being a leader in green finance, slowly but surely.
刚刚稍微总结一下 Raj 所建议的3个建议啊。第一个，他就是说，从保险业的部分的话，我们保险业的指数叫做 RBC， 就是 Risk-Based Capital。这个指数如果说政府有一些机制，让保险公司投一些绿色金融的项目的话呢，帮台湾达到净零碳排，这样的话，可能这个 RBC 指数会对保险业比较优，这个会对保险业有很大的诱因在。然后呢，再来就是说，从中小企业的这个 data 整合的部分，数据整合。碳排放如果有一个平台的话，这样子我们的企业会比较清楚的试算他们的碳排放。那再来就是说，这个碳排放的规格呢，如果是全国一致的话，我们也可以把这个规格带到东南亚去，然后让他们用我们的规格做这个碳排放的试算之后，他们也可以来台湾融资。等于说，我们就把台湾的一个碳排放的试算的规格可以出口出去，把我们的创新跟我们的领导能力带出去。在这个时候，就是说，因为这个市场还算蛮新的。我们不一定只是要跟人家，我们也可以当一个 leader, and we can take initiative and be and have we take initiative and be a leader in this space. 可以这么说。Well, thank you, Raj, so much for your time today.
Thank you, Cynthia.
This has been wonderful, and that you're now in Taiwan, so that you're here to share a lot more of your advice to our viewers and to our Taiwanese leadership in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cynthia.